Malfurion versus Uther.
I will fight with honor.
I must protect the wild.
Wonder if I'm supposed to keep Knight of the Wild. If I draw Enchanted Raven plus a 3-drop, I can actually play it on 4. I'll try keeping it. If it's bad in the opener, probably just a bad card. Although it's surely a lot better on the coin. You can go like coin 2 into 2. Makes it a lot easier to hit your curve.
Another night on the prowl.
Play the standard stealthed Panther on 2 here. Not really too worried about playing the 3-2 into that secret. I can trigger, if it's Noble Sacrifice, I can just trigger it with my hero power this turn. If that's better than Mark of Yasharaj. I kinda like just hero powering it. Kills the loot hoarder and gives me information on the secret. Alright, well, that kinda sucks. I obviously didn't want to attack with my Panther because it dies to the loot hoarder. Probably just want to play Swipe here. Kills 2 dudes. Lets me push 3 damage if I want. Do I want to, though? Pretty weak to True Silver. I guess it's not that weak to True Silver, and this guy's always going to be in True Silver range even with 1 mark on him. I'll probably get in my 3 damage while I can. I could have also just played Savage Combatant there, but it just traded with his board. I guess I could have sent 3-2 into, sent the Panther into the Murloc and then played Savage Combatant, but Savage Combatant on 4 against a Paladin is really weak because of this card. And it looks like it would have gotten punished. I could go Panther, Mark, Living Roots here, but the 5-4 Panther just dies to weapon, so play the 4-6 that doesn't die to the weapon. That's an interesting attack. Oh, okay, the bluegill. Everything makes sense now. I can kill that guy with Savage Combatant. I mean, that seems really good. I just saw True Silver, it's not that likely he has the second one. I can also kill it with like Living Roots Hero Power, play Druid of the Saber, but that seems kinda bad. Pretty hard to justify anything other than this play when it's so efficient. Basically get to kill his dude for free. Taking damage in this matchup I'm pretty sure doesn't matter at all. If it gets to the point where I'm dying to anything can happen, I'm probably just dead anyway.
Mind if I roll need?
Reporting for duty.
So I can go Hero Power, Druid of the Saber, Knight of the Wild here. I can also play the Wild Walker to try to protect my dude. Gives me with 3 mana. I guess I would Hero Power Loot Hoarder and play Living Roots. I guess I'm Hero Powering either way. And then the decision is Living Roots or Druid of the Saber, Knight of the Wild. I think I like the Knight of the Wild better. It forces him to have like an actual answer. Like he needs equality or something to deal with this. Not sure if I'm supposed to push 5 here. Yeah, I'll push 5 here. Leaving the 1-1 up is kinda bad against just equality. But if he has just equality, he probably kills the Savage Combatant and I still punch him for 9 next turn. Which is something he can't really allow to happen. So he needs a full clear either way. Though the single 1-1 doesn't do anything, I don't think. I mean, I guess that's a thing. Still needs a 1 mana spell here. Humility on the 6-2 would be pretty good. Oh, coin. That's a spell. Pretty good for me that I got a Pyro and a Consecration. That turn removed 2 of his equality activators and showed me that he does not have an equality in hand. Very good information to have. I guess he was debating Hero Power or Solemn Vigil there. Yeah, if he was going to play Solemn Vigil... No, he couldn't have played it before the coin. Because Pyro had to kill stuff, so never mind. He's smart. I'm dumb. I can just play out a bunch of minions here. I know he doesn't have equality, although he will have drawn 3 cards since then. But even if he draws equality, he played two clears since then. Give this guy some stats, punch him for 6. I don't think I need to play the Living Roots here. He doesn't clear this board, I think he's dead anyway. Although against a Forbidden Healing deck, I guess I can't really make that call. Wow, drew into the equality and had second Pyro.
Let's die. The end is coming!
Reporting for duty.
Well, this is kind of bad. I can kill Doomsayer, but it's not super good. If I have lethal, I guess is actually something I should be asking. I can charge 6 with Mark of Yasharaj. This is 7. Power of the Wild is 8-9. Sets him to 3. If he doesn't have a heal, I kill him with Hero Power Living Roots next turn. But that deck has Light Lord, it has 2 Forbidden Healings, it has second True Silver. What if I just charge into the Doomsayer, give myself some amount of board? Probably worth charging into the Doomsayer just to get something going. Also lets me cycle my mark here. And then I'll just Hero Powered on the 1/1. I could have Living Roots to develop 2 more 1/1s, but then the Recruit runs into my current 1/1 anyway. I kinda spin the Living Roots just to make 1 1/1, which obviously isn't very appealing. I think I just go all in here. He's played 2 Pyros, 1 Consecration, 1 Equality, and he had to draw into that 1 Equality. So the chance that he actually has another board clear is actually quite low, I think. So, all in. And I'll just Innervate it on my Hero Power. Innervate's never going to be relevant past this point since I'm out of cards. May as well deal 1 and heal 1. Obviously, if he has Equality Consecration, I lose. But just the odds of him having it, based on his plays, it's super unlikely he has it. And he can't really draw into it with something like Solemn Vigil, because it just costs too much mana. Play on Hands also costs too much mana. I can pretty much kill him through any amount of just pure healing here. Okay, with that draw, he still has enough mana. Okay, didn't have it.
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Nature must be preserved.
Rab Super Jew. Keep the 1-drops and back the things that don't cost small amounts of mana. Alright, so I drew the 2 probably bad cards in my deck. That's interesting, I guess. I wonder if I go Raven Coin Raven. Not that likely that the Druid has an answer to that. I guess if he plays Living Roots here and then just has, you know, Wrath, that's an answer to Raven Coin Raven. I wonder if I just play Roots instead of Ravens here. Probably best. This might force a Hero Power out of him, meaning he's not playing Wild Growth. If he does play Wild Growth, I just trade directly. I get to also develop the 2 Ravens next turn. Alright, he's just trading here. I guess I just drop my 2 Ravens here. Pretty likely one of them sticks for Mark of Yasharaj next turn. If he has his own mark, it's kind of annoying, because then he'll be left with a 4-2. That attack makes sense. Yeah, because then he'll be left with a 4-2, and I would have to, like, mark my dude anyway and send a 4-4 into it. That wouldn't be very strong. So I can either mark here, leave myself with a 4-2, or I can coin Wild Walker, gets a 4-4 on the board, and it leaves me with a 2-2 instead of a 4-2. Unfortunately, Wild Walker is not a beast, so it doesn't discount the Knight of the Wild for next turn, but neither does Mark of Yasharaj. I just want to develop the 4/4, I think.
Walk on the wild side.
I mean, he hero power passed that turn, so it's not like he has... Oh, this gives +3 health. I thought this would leave me with a 2/2, but I get a 2/3. But yeah, like, he would have played Wrath if he had it last turn, I'm pretty sure. So I know he doesn't have a good answer here. So I can mark here, make a 4/4, trade into the Savage Combatant and hero power, or I can just trade off my 4/4 and develop my own Savage Combatant. I think that's pretty clearly better. It's not likely that I would draw into something to do with the Mark of Yasharaj. This puts a threatening minion on board. If he couldn't deal with a 4/4 last turn, being able to deal with a 5/5 or 5/4 this turn isn't super likely either. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm gonna play Menagerie Warden next turn. I can push 9 this turn, sets him to 16, not 14. If he plays Menagerie Warden, sends the Tiger into my Savage Combatant. I have my own Tiger, and 2 Enchanted Ravens, which is 9. Savage Roar is 8, which is 17, which kills him, even if he innervates out his hero power. I even have Mark of Yasharaj to push 2 extra damage on top of that. So yeah, I think just play out damage, hit him in the face is the best play here, considering his most likely play next turn is Menagerie Warden. Alright, he's pretty spooked. Okay, so I can't go Saber, Savage Roar, and Mark. This would be 2/1, gives me 7 power on board. Savage Roar gives me another 6, so that's not quite lethal. I think I do want to kill his Tiger, which can mean either Savage Roar hero power, or Druid of the Saber hero power. If I go Druid of the Saber hero power, I can also play Knight of the Wild, puts 6/6 on the board. I get to punch him in the face for 5 damage. I mean, that seems really appealing.
Another night on the prowl.
Just put a lot of stats on the board. He didn't have great answers last turn. And he's a Druid, so he's probably not going to have great answers this turn. And if just the 6/6 lives, if just either of these minions lives, I just have lethal in hand.
My thanks to you.
Where shall I strike?
Alright, this should be lethal unless I'm dumb. Which is very possible that I'm dumb.
Malfurion versus Valera.
Watch your back.
I must protect the wild.
Week 3. He forgot the N. Guess I just keep this. Play all 3 of these cards on turn 1 and turn 2. I mean, it's not like a... I mean, it's a pretty good curve. What's better on turn 1? Living Roots is more vulnerable to coin hero power, which obviously I know he has the coin. Enchanted Raven is more vulnerable to just backstab. It's pretty good for him to just coin hero power against Living Roots. I think I'd rather just play out the Raven here. Oh, drew the backstab. Oh, that's really bad for me. I guess I just play my stuff out. Alright, he's just killing off my 2/2. It's kind of okay with me. Cool, I drew a 3-drop. I will just trade in a 1/1 here. If I whiffed that turn, I think I would have had to cycle the Wrath. But I drew a 3-drop, that's way better. Zap the 3-drop.
take.
Just play the 2/5 here. It lines up super well against the Huckster. I could Wrath Hero Power, but the Hero Power does nothing, so there's not really much validity to that. Even though it is kind of mana efficient. Although when the Hero Power does nothing, you can't really count it as 2 damage, or as 2 mana worth of value. Playing Tempo Rogue. So I can either Wrath and do nothing, or just trade in my 2/5 and develop one of my 5-drops. I think Wrath and do nothing is pretty bad here. I could also cycle Wrath and then Hero Power into his dude, but I have enough gas for the next couple turns. I don't think there's really much reason to do that. I'll just develop the Stranglethorn Tiger here. Keep the Druid of the Claw in the hand because it's more flexible, and I don't really need the taunt this turn or anything.
Time to die.
What is going on with my opponent's deck? Okay, it's just Tempo Rogue with Deadly Fork. I've played quite a bit of Tempo Rogue, and I don't think Deadly Fork would be a good card in the deck. Savage Combatant plus Hero Power gives me a pretty good clear on the fork. Then I can just push 5 face damage if I want. Fork plus a dude can kill the tiger, but he takes another 5 face damage, leaves up a Savage Combatant. I think I like just pushing 5 damage, clearing one of his dudes, and developing a big minion. Possible that Druid of the Claw Savage Roar is just lethal on turn 8. I guess just Sharp Fork plus Eviscerate is a really good clear here. The Fan of Knives actually gives him a clear here. Pretty sure he has to kill the tiger. I'm just gonna charge him and play out a Panther here. Just charge him because he's pretty close to dying, and the fork still doesn't deal with the 4/4. I guess I don't really have that clear a read that he doesn't have Eviscerate. The 4/4 is weak to that. Pretty far behind on board now. A whiff. I think I have to cycle off the Azure Drake. What good is cycling? What do I actually want to draw into? Druid of the Claw, Savage Combatant. Wow, drawing into Savage Combatant would be so sick. Druid of the Saber would be good too, I guess. Gives me something to charge with the Savage Roar. I do have a pretty good health lead. Maybe I just kill the Azure Drake.
Time waits for no one.
I guess I just clear. I've seen a Cold Blood, so Argent Commander Cold Blood is a lot less likely. Although if he has that, I probably just lose to it. But it's not that likely for him to have it. Seen one Eviscerate.
This is our time, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
My shield for Argus.
I'm in pretty bad shape here. Probably have to use my hand clearing. Let's hope he runs out of gas and I can start drawing into threats or swipes. Well, this doesn't feel good.
Another night on the prowl.
For the wild.
I actually can't beat that. I have no efficient way to get through it. But I guess I'll go through the motions and cycle my Wrath here. Yeah, that's just 13 on board.
I can see.
I guess I could have hero powered, but there was no recovering.
Malfurion versus Valera.
Watch your back.
I must protect the wild.
Was this guy a golden rogue last game? I don't remember him being golden. Well, I do know that he's playing Tempo Rogue, so what cards are good against Tempo Rogue? We keep Wrath, I guess. Could just keep Wrath into Mounted Raptor. I really want to draw a 1-drop. We'll just keep Wrath here. I really want a 1-drop. I want ramp plus big dudes. And even like Druid of the Flame was better than Mounted Raptor on 3 there. So I can coin hero power this guy. Wrath is 2-drop, which is probably a Huckster, and then innervate out the Stranglethorn Tiger. Or I can just pass and coin innervate Stranglethorn Tiger next turn. I think I like just killing this guy off now. It's not very good to just drop a huge minion on turn 2 against this deck, because they have sap. But like, Tiger has stealth, so he gets some amount of value. But even if I drop him next turn, like, what's he trading into for great value? Like, if I coin innervate him here, and then just trade into a Huckster, that's like not even good. I could have double innervated him out there, but it's kind of the same reasoning for not coin innervating him this turn. Just clear the dude, and then I'll play a big guy next turn. Wow. You had to cycle the fan there. That can't feel good. Oh my god, this is actually disgusting. If he beats Stranglethorn Tiger on 3 into Menagerie Warden on 4, this deck officially sucks, or Tempo Rogue is the best deck in the game.
A natural mistake.
Join the pack.
15-15 on turn 4. Actually disgusting. Like, what do you do here? Tap the Stranglethorn Tiger? Play it again for 5 next turn? Do I actually have lethal? Savage Roar gives me 8. Like Moonfire. Actually not a bad response from him, but probably not quite good enough. Give this dude health so that he trades efficiently into the Drake, and then just push 5. I didn't want to just trade Drake there and like develop Druid of the Claw, because then it's pretty easy to deal 1 damage to the Tiger. Although I guess if I had Taunt up from the Druid of the Claw, it wouldn't be that easy to deal that damage. But I think I want to charge him in the face with Druid of the Claw for lethal this game. Wow. Can I actually lose this game? How is he not dead? Is he hacking? I've seen 2 backstabs, 1 eviscerate. Kinda wanna just charge this at face. He needs second eviscerate. I mean, if he saps it, that's totally fine. I'll just charge him again next turn. So he needs second eviscerate. I think he's out of stolen cards, so he's not gonna have another swipe. If he does have second eviscerate, I might actually lose. If he plays anything here, I have Fandral Wrath, which is pretty good.
This guy's toast.
Okay, he still has to take the 4 damage here, so this is kind of okay. My Druid of the Claw did 8 base damage. Very good. Mark of Yasharaj. Not too strong here, but if I draw into a charger, it's pretty good. Vandal Wrath is obviously good. Kill his dude. Draw a card. Alright, so I have Druid of the Claw, Savage Roar, Druid of the Claw, Mark of Yasharaj next turn. Either one should be lethal. Actually, I guess the Mark isn't lethal, because I don't have mana the hero power. You can set up an Argus here. Might not be able to push through the damage. Alright, looks like I got him. It's actually insane how close this game was, given that I had that sick Innervate Stranglethorn Tiger, Innervate Menagerie Warden.